How's it going? It's Paul with PM Designs, and for the longest time all of my videos have been done using, or most all of them, especially the recent ones, have been done using the Canon T3 or the Canon SX500. And while both of those cameras are great, they produce great video, I was looking for more. I wanted to have a camera that could shoot 1080p, which this one does. And I was looking for a camera that wasn't just a stills camera that I was using to shoot video. What kept me from getting the camera for the amount of, for so long was I kept looking and I kept looking, and there was one feature that the camera had to have. I wasn't going to get it unless it had it, because the SX500 didn't have it, the T3 doesn't have it, the Insignia doesn't have it, the GoPros have it, and the Kodak PlayTouch that I started using way in the beginning, that one had it. But the Kodak PlayTouch had a very soft picture. It wasn't real sharp. So I kept looking, I kept looking, I kept looking. And finally, one day when I went to Best Buy, I was looking at the cameras again, and they have them on the display, the sides open. They're in the little bracket, but you could see this word right here, mic. And that was a feature that I've been looking for on a new camera, a new video camera, for a while now. If you remember a while back, I put together a video talking about how you can get great audio on a budget. And I talked about using a separate recorder to hook up to a lapel mic, or any type of microphone, and recording that way, syncing up the audio with the video in your post-production. While that's great and all, sometimes, like with these videos, I don't want to have to go sync audio to video. I just want to be able to record it, get everything, do a little bit of editing, trimming, and be done with it. And so this camera is the Canon Vixia HF R40. And if you look at the Vixia line, there's a few different models. The R42 has the same specs as this one, just more internal memory. The R400 is the spec-wise the same, but it doesn't have the Wi-Fi, and it doesn't have the excuse me, the built-in memory. Now, what makes this camera nice is it's got a nice size to it, and a nice compact size. 32 times optical zoom, CMOS sensor, image stabilization, and you can shoot in AVC HD format as well as MPEG-4, Dolby Digital Stereo Creator, HDMI out, USB, headphone jack. So you can, not only can you record audio, but you can hook up some headphones and monitor it to make sure that you're getting the audio that you want. So you can adjust things, make sure you're not picking up some weird noise in your microphone, or just make sure that your microphone's actually sending audio into the camera. Because the worst thing to have happen is to not have audio when you think you had audio, or to have a weird buzz in your audio when you thought you had audio. Now, you can usually clean that up in post, but it's better to start off with a good clean image from the beginning and go from there. Now, on the front of the camera, it has one nice thing. You don't have to worry about taking off a lens cap and it dangling around and possibly hitting the camera. Lens cap, you have a little lever that you flip on the side, and that opens your lens cap. This doesn't have mounting threads on the front so you can attach filters or anything. So if you want to attach any kind of filters, you're either gonna have to look for some kind of an adapter that would friction fit in here, or glue some kind of adapter ring into here. If you do those, that's all on you. If we come to the back of the camera, you have the little lever to take the battery pack off. And if you look at these battery packs from Canon, they're not cheap. These battery packs are about $100. That's at least the price I saw at Best Buy. But you can get, if you look online, you can get some third-party brand batteries. I noticed that there's a couple of manufacturers that are saying that they have a hacked battery or a decoded battery or something along those lines. And what they're basically saying is that they figured out how to get their batteries to communicate with the camera. Don't know how well those work, so take it for what it is. Turn the camera on. Simple little button in here to turn the camera on. Turn on, it'll tell you, a few little bits of information, and it'll tell you if your lens cap's closed to check and make sure it's open. So we'll go ahead and open the lens cap. And once you come in here, you see on this battery we have 86 minutes left. We'll go ahead and zoom in on that screen so you can see. And I might have to zoom back just a touch. There we go. So as you can see, we have 86 minutes of battery left. And on this card, which is a 32 gig card, I believe, I have almost 3 hours of recording time left. If you look, right now it's just in full auto mode. But if you click this little button right here, you can go to the baby mode. You can go back into auto. You can go into cinema, which brings up a few different little settings. You can go into scene mode, and then you can go into program mode, which that gives you a few more manual controls. It allows you to do things. If you come over here, actually, if you come down here, you can actually set up this little button down here to function different things. And also when you come in here, you'll notice that you have different controls. You have the mic level, so if you want to control that manually, you can see the audio levels. So this does give you some different features and whatnot that, to me, help you to make a little bit better video. That was one thing that I didn't really buy this camera because I knew it had that. I assumed that there'd be some more features in there of the professional, or not professional, but stuff that a filmmaker or video creator would want, because your audio levels, you don't want to be yelling, you don't want to, So, all in all, then you can come back in here. And as you can see, you can adjust your white balance, your exposure, your focus, and all your different stuff. There's a few settings I still haven't figured out because I just haven't gotten to reading the manual yet. So we'll go ahead and tell this to go back to auto, and there we go. Now, I will say I would have liked there to be, more, a little more in the way of buttons and stuff and controls on here, but once you get used to the menu system, it's easy to use. So, all in all, I like this little camera, and the little tip I'm gonna have which I'm gonna put together another video, is that when you go in to buy electronic equipment, cameras, all that type of stuff, when you go to your electronics store, do yourself a favor, do your wallet a favor, and go by if they have the returns section, not the return little place where you return stuff, but sometimes they'll have their open box display products section, and that's actually where I picked up this camera. The difference in the models, you have the R400, which is the model I was looking at, has all the same features, but you don't get the Wi-Fi, and you also don't get the 8 gigabytes of internal memory. Every other feature is the same, and I made sure I checked it when I was buying the camera because I didn't want to be, think I'm getting, the mic input and it doesn't. So I checked all the specs, same specs, except for those two things, Wi-Fi and the internal memory. The price difference is about $90. That's 90. I went and looked, and when I was looking at the little returns section, open box, returns, whatever, demo, I found this one. I compared everything, checked it out, talked with the sales associate, and I checked over the camera and everything, made sure it worked. The battery was dead, so we plugged it in, went ahead and tested it, made sure all the features and stuff worked, made sure it zoomed, you know, there wasn't any weird grinding noises. The one thing I do notice, which may have been why it was returned, if you can hear, there's a slight, kind of hit the lens of this camera. There's a slight little rattle in the camera. However, when you turn it on, you can kind of, it goes away. So, I think that's just something with the optical image stabilization that's in this. Is just whatever's moves piece around when it's powered down is just loose, so it kind of moves a little bit. So that could have been why it was returned. But there, I mean, there's no defects to this, no anything. It's perfectly fine. So be sure to check that section out. And if you're not really sure, you know, or you're just not comfortable, bring a friend that knows about, you know, cameras or computers that can go look at the device with you and can know what to look for. Anytime you're buying something, you know, used, if you're not 100% sure on what you're looking at, find a friend, find someone that you trust to come with you and take a look at it, and make sure that you're getting something that's, you know, working properly. Because the worst thing is, also with the working properly, double check with the store. Make sure that just because it's a return item that you're not getting some different warranty with it, or, you know, a shorter return period. That way, if there is a problem, it's not one of those things where you thought you had 15 days, but you have 7. So be sure to check everything, ask questions, make sure that you still get your full warranty from the manufacturer, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to put together another video whenever I find what I want to film with this, and I'm going to take this out and do some different filming stuff, you know, show off the zoom, show off some of the different modes. But all in all, from, you know, for the price I paid for this, it's a good camcorder, and hopefully it'll help with the videos and stuff, because I'll be able to, you know, go set this up, run my wire over to me, because for right now I don't have wireless mics, but I'll be able to plug a microphone into this, run a wire over, and I can have this film while I'm talking about different things about the camera or different lighting setups. So, and also, if you noticed that I have a little bit of a, you know, different backdrop, $5, and I'll talk about the $5 tabletop studio in another video. So if you're interested, be on the lookout for that. If you have questions about the camcorder, let me know. If there's certain tests that you would like to see me do. Obviously nothing that's going to destroy the camera or damage it, but if there's any kind of features that you want to know about, want me to test, whatever, leave a comment in the comment section. If you hit the like button, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for more reviews and how-tos. Thanks for watching.